Imagine a 20-something exiled from the palace, erased from his family history, and thought never to hold power. But who would have thought that from that exile, a storm would be born that would shake all of China? His name was Li Shimin. As the Tang dynasty stood on the brink of collapse, the nobles were busy stabbing each other for the throne, and his father, Emperor Gaozu, no longer knew whom to trust. But in the distance, Li Shimin sharpened his sword. Not just a sword of steel, but a sword of reason. He saw war not as a battle, but as a bloody game of chess. With every move, he calculated not only the enemies on the battlefield, but also his own brother. Yes, the same blood, but different ambitions. And when that bloody dawn arrived, at Xuanwu Gate, he met his fate. The cold morning air was filled with the scent of iron and betrayal. Li Shimin led his forces against his own brother, Li Jiancheng, the rightful heir to the Tang throne. The boom of arrows, the shouts of soldiers, and the flash of swords combined in a symphony of familial destruction. As the sun rose, two brothers lay on the ground, one alive, one dead. And with that blood, the Tang dynasty was reborn. But Li Shimin's victory was not the end. It was the beginning of his burden. For every time he sat on the golden throne, the image of his brother's face stared back at him from behind the curtain of the past. He conquered thousands of armies, but he could never conquer his own guilt. Ironically, it was from that guilt that the most prosperous empire in Chinese history was born. Li Shimin, now known as Emperor Taizong, became a symbol of wisdom, discipline, and justice. He rewrote history with the ink of wisdom, but that ink was tainted with the blood of his own family. And here's the twist: when historians wrote about his greatness, they called him the ideal leader. But in his personal journal, he wrote only one sentence: "I triumphed over the world, but lost to myself."